voice in our ears, but the more we race the sound of its tone. There's jumping on knees, feeding our backs, tearing, chewing, we kill all the more. The power and love's what we do in it.
Welcome on back, everyone, to Total Warhammer 3 and part 20 of our Legendary Greasus Goldtooth Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we finally caught the last vestiges of the Heralds of the Tempest, Kolek and his final General Grooks here, and they have been running around raiding and smashing so many of our economic settlements. It's time we get real proportional around here. We have had ourselves a really large pre-battle feast, and it's time to smush the final remnants of this Warriors of Chaos faction and then move to deal with their little Norscan friends. Let's get to it. Okay, so we would definitely prefer to fight their speedier units first. So let's start deployment. We're going to set up our main artillery battery as far across the battlefield from Kolek's reinforcements as possible. So we'll have our Iron Blaster here, creating kind of a corridor of doom for everyone to ride down. Come on, then. That'll work. I want it as far up as I can put it, and then we'll have the Noblar Trapper teams ready to stop anyone from getting close to them. Just out in the open. It's the safest place by far. And we'll have the cavalry. Rushers and Mournfang all hiding in this set of the woods. I guess the Mournfangs and the Rhinox have no trouble hiding. We're here for it. Set up the Lead Belchers in their own unit. Not quite that lumped up. More like a perfect square if we can. There we go. And they're going to be also in charge of stopping anyone from coming down this corridor. Hopefully they're out of the way of this cannon. If not, we'll just speed it up a little bit. We can probably deal with these Martyr Horsemen with a single volley, and then we can start dealing with the other trolls and large units in the background. Its eventual target being Kolek once he arrives, or the clumps of the trolls we're going to be dealing with. Greasus and company in their group. We'll get everyone in their units. Powder Guts, you will go with group 2, and then get our cavalry all as one. How do we want to best defend our cannons? Definitely want to use the terrain on this side because they're going to be swarming all around trying to get around us, which is what our cavalry is going to be in charge of stopping. We'll have our Magic Hunter. Want him in the center here. We want the enemies to try to be moving towards us so we can start chucking javelins at the aspiring champs to start. And then we'll have the Iron Guts waiting in the wings to be called in. I want the Iron Guts behind the Iron Fists. That way we've got lads with shields up front. Sorry. I guess it'll be the first time we see our Man-Eaters with Iron Fists, so let's take a quick look. It's a new unit. They're very Buccaneer themed. It would be great to start getting some of the other ogres that are kind of from the different parts of the world that they would have been sent out to be mercenaries in. Like the Nipponese ogres, the Cathayan ogres, things like that. We really only have kind of Chilean, Estalian ogres, the ones that go to the old world. Sweet stuff. And so we get this battle going. Let's have these Man-Eaters behind. I normally have them a slight ways in front of the other units. I don't want them to be the ones that are in the initial engagement. We want them to use all of their ammunition before throwing down. Oh, I put the wrong unit up. Just gonna stagger the Iron Guts. Perfect. Iron Fists we want up front. Perfect. It's about as good as we can get set up. Let's bring Greasus and company on over. Let's get this started. I'm gonna move right on up with you. Oh, they're just gonna run. Well, that's fun. Just run away from our awesome strategy we've got set up. single volley goes out. Let's move in. That way we're harder to flank. They come.
I smell game.
Let's get ready by chucking javelins at these spawn of Zinch. Never mind throwing the old ability at them. Gotta get through their barrier first, which is a bit obnoxious, but we'll make do. Javelin comes in, ripping through them as well. Only one has fallen, but every single one we take down is going to be super key. As Kolek has already arrived, so here comes the massive wave of chaos. You come on back. I'm going to try to save magic as much as I can, but don't mind chucking fireballs at the trolls since they are so susceptible. Cannons versus hounds is also not going well for those hounds. And they're going to already go ahead and turn and run. Fireball out. And anyone that hits is going to be great for us. Go ahead and move up. Now that Kolek is in range, let's hit Kolek with the Iron Blaster. For the Maw. I'm going to send our cavalry out to crush this group of marauders before they even get close. You guys move up and use those cannons on the spawn. Ooh, wrong units. Let's get rid of these trolls first. Chuck another fireball. Let's go after the spawn of Zinch. Worked out fine. Ooh, the metal spells. The literal moment they were spotted, the metal spell came on down. That's pretty impressive. Alright, let's go ahead and do our own. Well, we need to wait just a minute before doing any kind of spell casting. Fall back a little bit here. Let's start sitting the Iron Fists in. Go after the Manticore here. You can get the extra melee reflection. We'll bring our own cavalry back. Get everyone else in. You go ahead and fall back a little bit, even though you've got the melee reflection. Let's slow who we can, meaning Kolek.
Most crude.
Have these cannons turn and fire on Kolek where you can. Cavalry, you keep falling back. You're going to take a lot of damage every time Kolek gets involved. You move in and deal with the wizard. Keep sniping Kolek, and you just got to come on in and clobber some trolls.
Consider it done.
Just getting in the way is your main job. Cavalry fall back. Let's get the spells flying. I guess we can't really go for all of the good ones, so let's just go for the Sword of Ruin. Keep crunching them. Javelins move up and go after those Marauder Horsemen in particular. Blaster keeps shooting at Kolek. Damage, then turn back around and go for him. Defend yourselves, lads. They're just hounds. And the Crushers surround these trolls. Keep harassing. Is anyone in really any kind of dire straits? Our front line's struggling a little bit. Start harassing trolls. Extra melee defense for everyone around Greasus. And you guys focus these spawn. Some iron guts that weren't fighting. Let's go for these trolls here. Come on in. Those are just hounds. They should lose damage charging. Let's have the Crushers come through and go after these Marauders in the middle. Hunter's doing great. Let's pull you away though, so you can chuck some javelins into the back of Kolek. He didn't really afford that much in terms of magic. Let's give these Iron Fists a little bit of help. Horned Fang comes screaming across the battlefield. Make sure to get that charge in on them first. Then more reflection. Wouldn't mind going for an eruption, and then we'll yoink some health from these Noblar Trappers. Try to get a little bit more magic. Crushers, you keep being an absolute nuisance. And we'll just have you go clobber this poor wizard. Doom approaches, wizard. Should have joined the guild. Where did these knives come from? Most of them stabbed the two Noblars in the back. Oh, and Chad and Excalibur. Oh, he's gone. That is a broken wizard. What, Kolek's a demon now. Okay, Man-Eaters. Iron Guts, flee so you don't die, because Manny is knocking out one per swing. Relax, Kolek. We're probably gonna lose this Iron Guts. That's unfortunate, but I think we can even recruit in some more at Tier 9 already. Beautiful stuff. We have defeated the final army of Kolek. We're gonna wipe out as many of them here as we can. That way you don't have to chase as many off, and I will catch you all in a moment. Alright, we claim a close victory, and even the very, very weakened Iron Guts there that tried their best to throw down with Kolek and just got butchered. You got 17 kills. I think every single one of them were almost Iron Guts, which is pretty impressive. Now, that's the end for Kolek's faction, or should be. We're gonna go ahead and occupy Gorge Rock. He seriously gets to flee. Well, that's really unfortunate. Now we have to hunt down Talagast. And he is likely to come on down here and settle Crack Vrag, so we've got a few more turns stamping out Kolek. He is very persistent. How unfortunate. I thought I caught him. Alright, Greasus. How can we upgrade you, my friend? Keep working on over here towards Renowned and Feared is probably the way. Also, let's go Quartermaster for less upkeep.
Must feast.
The old Hunty boy will allow you to stimulate growth. And then we're all out of the Saber Tusks in this squad, so there's no reason to go for them. We'll just snag the final point into Scarred Veteran, get him up to 11,000 health, which is still nowhere near a Nurgle Lord, but it's still pretty good. Extra Control. Is the spellbook maxed out? It is, so we'll grab Mentor and the extra control. Over for our Grolg Hunter. Mobility is maxed out. Does this army have any Saber Tusks in it? It does indeed, it has 2. I mean, we might as well make them cheap. 12% less upkeep. 125 instead of what it was before. We should have looked, that way we could compare, but even then, I would have likely forgot my legendary memory. We're at Gorger Rock, we'll go ahead and throw in the guard tent. And I wouldn't even mind going for the upgrade to try to lure them back in. I'm very keen on losing my settlements I just rebuilt.
City reeks of something weird.
Reeks of something weird. Cauldron Town, I'd like to get the camps upgraded before anything else. Recruiter's Table is just for growth. And by upgraded, I of course mean gold. Bounty Hut will give us 800 instead of 600. Yes, please. And Black Fortress can go up to the next tier. So 5,000 here for the tribal campground. Get these camps upgraded. We did spend far too long upgrading all of the minor settlements. Guard Hut here in the Demon Stump. I am likely just going to give the Demon Stump over to the Chaos Dwarves, which is going to, again, make the Cathayans very mad at me. But it gives us a very, very nice buffer between us and Imric, where we're just claiming the Sentinels in the Black Fortress because we like the landmark building here. Yeah, let's, before we do any more upgrades. Hello there, Dwarf. Would you like the Demon Stump? He said, absolutely not. It's a dump. Oh, fair enough. Why don't you like me? Really, after all we've done for you, we're gonna start deteriorating. It is really hard to maintain friendships with the Chaos Dwarves. Because that is, would be canonically very accurate. They only see other races as something to exploit, so as soon as you don't have anything for them to use, you are no longer useful. Well, at least as living creatures.
Good news. I'm gonna tend.
Oh, Zhao Ming, is it time for war? He doesn't currently have any enemies, and he's ended his trade agreement with us. Man. Turns out you cannot be friends with both Cathay and the Chaos Dwarves. Oh, he just decides to turn around and fall. Hammerstorm's back, but he has ceased to be a problem at all. I don't even think I've seen him do anything in battles. Poor undead Slayer. Yeah, we lose some Noblars, and that'll work for me.
We're gonna come for.
Depending on where I chose to cut that, that could be a really concerning statement there. Heralds are finally gone, though, which is worth celebrating. Well, I kind of understand Greasus's, excuse me now, the moon people. Oh man, he's crazy as hell now. He's lost a bit of control and his melee defense. That's not great. Oh, everyone's crazy. Surprise. Some hungry ogre souls were born to serve the Great Maw. Now we're moving on to the Butcher's Apron to give us a little bit more Winds of Magic. With that victory, we can now move to take down Blizzard Peak. There are a few Norscans up there I would like to see return to history. I just don't know exactly which way they've gone. You were the most expendable, basically, from the army. I don't need you as much as the mage. Karen just staying there. So, what if we come on out a little ways? Our certifiable Greasus.
Put your feet up, boys.
We don't actually replenish anymore, so we'll go into an ambush and come up as far as we can here.
Come on, faster.
Karen wants to come around and come after Gorger Rock, so be it. We have something for that as well.
Hunter.
I'll have you join the army again.
I'll find a shortcut.
I bet you will. Well, your shortcut sounds suspicious, to say the least. You could also upgrade Gorger Rock to try to lure them over, but it's more likely they come in to raid than anything else.
Gets me what I want.
It's me what I want. No more gold to be had there. You're at the Flayed Rock. We just need to get you up to tier 5, which we can with 20,000 gold. And we probably need to do what we can to get there. How about our other camps?
Tyrant of the
That one's upgrading. Upkeep reduction here is going to be very nice, because this is likely to be one of our next front lines. Meat generated from the Feast Yurt. Also get the Gut Stone over here. I think, if anything, we're going to want buildings we can't quite afford yet, or build because of population restrictions.
God, my guts.
I suppose I'll have you stay in between. Camp is what we need to defend. The Sentinels doesn't matter nearly as much. We'll have him put his feet up next to the fortress camp. And we go into an ambush if we can, but we cannot, so we'll just sit out here and wait.
You lot stink in this heat.
You lot stink in this heat. Oh yeah, I bet. Out in the Badlands. Let's go ahead and throw in the upgrade for the Sentinels, which will allow us to build in the Karoom, which is kind of a trader landmark. 50% more income from trade tariffs, and then more from raiding faction-wide, which... surprising. Trade, forced trade as well, I guess counts.
Bring me ale.
Oh, with no more upgrades to be had at the camps directly.
Obey me.
Upkeep reduction for everyone in the camp. Let's go for that. Makes all of the Noblars free. Our bulky boy. Let's go for earthing, because he doesn't have as much health as the others. Not by a long shot. We don't have any items really to give you any more health, so that's going to be one of the things we focus towards. He's got more armor than most, though.
Ogre tyrant.
Alright, so down into the south. Take Titan's Notch up to tier 3. And the Yeti Peak Fire Mount up to tier 3. That will do. We're likely to see a Cathayan invasion pretty soon. So getting a camp. Do we have access to any more camps? Let's find out. Where's my lords?
Tyrant of
Rug.
the
How many more camps do we have access to? It looks like 0. But what we do have access to is smashing the Kugath.
The plague father.
Who all's defending your Dragonfang mount? Just a bunch of nurglings? Show them the true meaning of war.
In the land.
Finish off 2 factions in one go. Oh, a decisive win. Sorry, Kugath. To the auto resolve with you.
Show who's boss.
We lost 250.
Give 'em
Not
the
bad at all.
feel of
We absolutely will sack the Dragon Fang mount first. And then, even if we can't claim it this turn, we'll turn on a dry.
boss.
Can't escape, so we'll stay here, but for whatever reason, praise them all, we won't be taking any casualties to attrition.
Charge.
So, my friend, we've got all the way down to stand your ground with Rug. I think before we go for his normal melee line, we'll just go for the blue. So we'll snag recruitment cost reduction. Probably not. Party is fairly decent. Let's grab the Ravager for sacking settlements, since he's likely to be throwing down with Imric very soon.
Tyrant of the tribe.
Firebelly. We will also go ahead and give you Earthing for less Mistcast, and then the final upgrade to Burning Head. Very useful spell against the medium armor of the High Elves.
Do what I say.
That'll do. And you are well away from your home there, Crooked Moon hero. Wonder how well they're doing. They have 8 peaks, and they've got Karazakarak, though. Scar Snake defeated Grudgebearer. And it looks like Chaos has already wiped out Kislev, so the end times are upon us. Got at least one Demon Prince, and possibly a secondary one.
Follow Zinch alone.
Nope, he's just a microphone head.
You will be sacrificed.
That's horrifying. They've already claimed Prague, Kislev. And I know they're not. Erengrad hasn't fallen to them, but it has fallen to the Norscans. Dire tidings. Makes sense why Astrogoth is throwing down.
Too rich to war.
Our 15,000 gold we now have access to. We've got a few more settlements. Let's save for a turn, though. We can upgrade the last year 5. Camp down there in the south. First to save all this gold, let's do it. Hero not moved. Raw teeth. We'll have you join Malbob. Coalition of the Spellcasters. This looks like a scouting hero here. They're about to get real spicy, aren't they? Need to finish off Chaos quick.
I'll pick my teeth, your blood.
Was Miao Ying also now going to end our trade agreement? Alright, at your own peril.
Wonder what demons taste.
Alright, it's our turn, and I see no one here at the Blizzard Peak.
Racist.
Let's send
Shockingly
Scout out to sea.
unpleasant.
He's just gonna camp here and wait for us to come to him.
Greasus
Can't quite reach. Let's just go to the middle. Dare him to do something.
Me a face.
This allows us to attack the Ice Beaver or Karen directly. Unless he decides to run. Evan, now with his newly minted Iron Demon, can move on up and resettle Crack Vrag. We don't quite have the treasury for what I want, so we'll just resettle this one. We'll gain it through battle.
Time for a bigger tribe.
Plus, Crack Vrag here has the Diamond Mine.
Tribe.
It'll actually give us a fair return. As soon as we deal with this, we'll have Kevin come on back down south and start watching for the Cathayans. We do have a ready-made army here, but I would like to make sure we're ready. Fully.
Mine.
Finish off Boxmakers. No need for a pre-battle feast, we've got them.
So gets eaten.
Yeah, pretty nasty stew, but it's what's for dinner.
My kingdom grows.
Like a living pea soup. Dragon Isles have been secured.
Tyrant.
And we've got ourselves another Pigeon Lucker Pendant, which will actually be pretty decent against Imric, if he decides to throw down. We do gain the Sea Dragon's Teeth too, which maxed out will give us 800 income and some sacks of gems. Blood Diamonds acquired. That's a achievement somewhere. Grab the Lumberyard here and then upgrade the port as well. The Big Wharf. Rocky Peninsula reinforced with scrap and wooden platforms. You don't see the Ogre. the Ogre ports very often. Don't mind throwing in the guard tent to keep things safe over here.
Someone's interfering.
Someone's interfering.
We're having a feast.
Rot Teeth can steal tech. Let's not irritate Emmerich any more than we already have, and we'll just gonna keep him watching things over here. I'd also love to get another hero if we can.
Of the tribe.
We can't afford any more. Maybe a butcher? We need eyes on what the Cathayans are up to. I figure we could in the radius.
Tyrant.
We could get another butcher. Let's get fleet-footed. Allows him to move further. No, it doesn't. So Flabby or Ploug the Big Daddy. There may or may not be a height difference between this one and his ogreish colleagues. Alright, grab it, Glondog, the Flabby.
Oh,
Extra armor and unit mass is always very useful.
too busy.
Allows them to not get bogged down in enemy formations. Use you as a scout. While we finish off the Cathayans or the Norscans up the north. That might be projecting.
Obey me.
Rug will give you a secondary point into Ravager. Continue to move down your blue line.
Oh, mine.
Good stuff. Let's come on back up to Greasus, and we'll take a fast look at our diplomacy.
I am
The Gore Queen!
And we have not many allies left now that the two order factions in Cathay have broken. Guys, he's got 23 settlements? Good grief.
what? Yes.
You don't normally see the Cathayans beat the Lizardmen. They usually have a horrible time. Good for you there, Xiaoming. Although if you declare war on us, you'll lose it all, so I would make your next choices very carefully. Wait, who hasn't been moved? Now Bob will have you just jump into an ambush stance and dare people to try something. Ash Kadrak here. We can have Feast of the Strong. That's the way. Extra control and growth. Malbob also hasn't been moved. We already knew this. We'll just move him past. We may have done some trespassing there by mistake, but
Not much meat out here.
ogres take what we want. Oh, we had one of the Dragon Isles too. That works. Let's grab the Feast of the Strong, which will transition into Might Makes Right for more gold later on. Before we do in the turn, let's see which allies we can throw in an outpost at. We can just upgrade it up to an ogre colony. No reason for that. You get to make do with a normal gathering of ogres. Anymore, you probably won't be able to feed them. Malbob is very, very sneaky. This one's enemies beware. He wears the ghillie suit. Just a really fat tree in the horizon. Hoping you don't see him. Oh, Gad's ready for duty. Of course he is. He's got new piercings and everything. Alright, Greasus. Looks like it's your turn to smush some Norscans.
Slaughter the sheep.
Ooh, we haven't seen skin wolves in battle just yet. I bet they explode nicely.
Whichever woeful deity protects you.
Karen,
It ends here.
are you ready for a
We'll
special
still-
military operation? Mochi's gonna shout about it too.
The overtime.
Small cat, come here. Oh, you're gonna come up on for now, but if you bite or do anything goofy, you're getting removed. Onward to war. I'm not gonna call the disciples to come with us,
Madness.
and Mochi's gonna immediately get up on my desk and jump away. Thanks for nothing, cat.
Yeah.
Disrupted recordings for absolutely no reason. For that, we're gonna butcher these Norscans. Plus, we haven't gotten to fight too many Norscans, so here's your banner of rocket power and to war. Alright, let's start deployment and see what they're planning. Skin wolves on the outside. Okay, they got skin wolves and a couple of angry lads with battle axes. I think our cavalry can handle that no problem. So what we are going to do is boost up onto this bit of land here
The more calls.
and wait for the fools to come down and get blasted to bits. Lead belchers up front. Look at our Noblar boys. Ready to be annoying. Really don't. Auto Resolve knows it. Get the Iron Fist on either side to make sure no one flanks us. We know how good my micro is. Mediocre at best. Have the cavalry, which I always call artillery for some crazy reason. Because the brain doesn't work properly. Everyone together. Ranged units, well I guess everyone here is ranged. I don't know why I leave my piratey boys out. There we go. Guard mode for all of you, except for my pirates. I like them to be nice and aggressive. Speaking of, skin wolves are pretty scary. Let's keep the Marauder Hunter back. And as soon as they break the forest, they're going to have the worst day of their life. So fireballs at them on the way over, and then we'll have you guys waiting once again for them to break the tree line. They will regret it aggressively. You stand out front. Luckily they don't have the magic or the precognition that Archaon had. First shot is away. Sounded like it hit absolutely nothing. What's that sound? Are you guys just being loud? Fair enough. It's incredibly loud. These guys reloading their cannons. They're not gonna come over here. I get to start this party. Fair enough. So I shall. Let's move up and throw some javelins at Karen. And throw a fireball at one of the werewolves up there. I heard they love flames. We're moving ridiculously fast. The model isn't made to move this quick. Look at him go. He's got whiplash for sure. And javelin away. We hit no one. Really, are you sure you want to do that? Go ahead and fall back. We'll go ahead and grab the Burning Head spell. And just send it back. Those Norscans are moving pretty quick. Impressively so. Oh, there they go. That's a lot of them. Burning up the back line. You keep falling back. Bring you round. These skin wolves think they are being quite clever. Try to blast apart these skin wolves as they come out of the hill. Although that is so many marauders. Being quite sneaky. Now we send the crushers out to deal with our skin wolves. We've got a skin wolf problem, and you guys can handle it. Look at them turn and run for the hills. Oh no, it's too late. Your nightmares have been realized. Don't everyone get caught up on their own units. Crusher's gonna go for a bit of a game of chase. Where do the other skin wolves at? Trying to go through the woods. It's not gonna work for you. Got all of the lads standing in reserve to wait. Alright, Greasus, go club this poor Norscan general. Bring the cavalry out so they don't get too many axes biting into their hide. You guys can just go ahead and fall back. Cannon's going for the trolls. Most controls probably enjoy a bathing of flames. So before you charge in, chuck the javelin right to the back of them. Go for yet another burning head through the back of these poor melee Norscans. Rotate around and help out your lads there. Lots of javelins that need to find out. A nice gap. It'd be a shame if someone blasted some cannonballs through it. Jesus, having a bad day. There's a lot of missiles coming in. Let's stop that if we can. You guys ignore everything in the back line and go through and help Greasus, who's about to get slain. Ridiculous amount of damage you just took. Well done, Norskins, that was clever. Probably your only way to get us. Absolute styling on these poor wolves. Come back around and go after this group. Really? You think you can win? Let's reflect that damage back on at ya. Send Greasus back. Alright, I'll admit your berserkers are doing some good things. Have they met a very angry Crusher? Look at that damage. I personally don't know how you stop a Mornfang as a normal-sized fella. Smashes through the line. Let's drop the heals on Big Boy himself and then have him throw down with this werewolf. Perfect way to show you're in good health. Prove it to the tribe. Be able to keep just smashing whoever they want. Me thinks we've got them. You turn around and just blast these marauders who are finding out the hard way. No, indeed. We're gonna slow down these Norskins, but we have a whole heap of long thing to run down, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Oh yeah, now that we're just fighting the Norskins, it's time to start handing out war crimes, a light candy. We shall occupy. I guess Geneva doesn't exist here, so there are no war crimes. Just fun. Heal of Tolos has been gained, and so is the Blizzard Beat. Back under our control. Let's get the surviving Norskins back to work in the mines. Save the rest of our gold after we just spent it. And next turn we should be able to upgrade the camp as long as we remember to save. Let's have Kevin go into March.
No time for supper.
Have him come on down.
This whole
I am going
place
to
is
switch
mine.
the scrap launcher, at least one of them, out for a iron blaster down here. And then probably a couple of these iron fists for their more elite units as well. Kevin,
Tyrant.
we'll save your offerings to the Great Maw. Had an opportunity to get some
Tyrant of the tribe.
extra movement, but we missed out there. Also get some extra lead belchers. I don't really want to spend any more gold just yet, because I'd like to upgrade the camp down there down here in the Noblar country. Here, Flayed Rock. This whole stinking world.
Ogre tyrant.
Ugrug or Glomdog,
Ogre.
whoever, come on over and be a spy.
Finding me.
Desperately need to know what the Cathayans are up to. On to Forest, we get it upgraded to the exotic pet store, which not a bad idea for our trade income. We're making enough that we would just barely scrape over into the next.
Tyrant of the tribe.
Rug, do you have any islands nearby for us to steal from? Looks like no, so let's come on back to the Shatterstone Isle instead.
Biggest room's mine.
Get back over here towards this camp so we can start regaining his meat.
Is what I want.
Malbob, you just keep defending the Black Fortress. Camp's out front.
Tyrant of the tribe.
We shall do fine for ourselves. Let's get through. Unassigned skill points. Can't have that.
This shockingly obese.
Birdie Boy will give you the point into spread control.
This'll bring me spoils.
Greasus. Let's grab that final point into Quartermaster for that 9% less upkeep. That is awesome. We'll couple of that with the 8% over here with the Renowned and Feared.
Tribe Lord.
Magic Hunter is all maxed out on his the amount of health we can boost here. So let's just go for Fleet-Footed. It increases speed further. 68 is pretty nice. He's going to be outpacing all of the heavy cavalry for the old world. Rot Teeth has been moved. I think the best use for him is just going to be staying on either the Pig Barter side or keeping an eye on what's going on in the Tower of Gorgoth. I'm real interested as to why the Yeah, stores don't want to take the demon stuff off our hands. It's a fairly upgraded settlement, and you would be able to use it for your industry. Guess not. Ooh, can we ask Astrogoth instead? No is the answer. Fair enough. But quite sad. Raw Teeth, we want you coming over near Malbob, so let's kind of stay on this side. So we can keep an eye on between the Grey Hag and the Darkhold. A lot of empty space for us to keep an eye on. We aren't really able to. Great if you can kind of build up watchtowers. No upgrades there. And once again, we'll come on up to Greasus. That'll be our turn. Greasus the Master Mason. So extra income and construction cost reduction. Sounds fantastic. And no emission aborted. Our gold. Well, that's real sad. Bray Herd's also going to start showing up.
Too rich to walk.
Fine. Then we're going to move over here to the Ice Spewer. Can we do some raiding?
Smart tactic.
But hello there, Korok. You're not very scary, but I'm going to do some raiding. You leave me alone. I will leave you alone. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Come on down south here and raid the Flayed Rock Camp. Additional tier 5. You come on over and just see what's going on with the High Elves. Looks like they're all focused on Clan Moors. I saw an enemy army up here. Really? Yeah, the greenskins be like that. They blasted their way through. Looks like the Silver Pinnacle. So now Astrogoth is on the backhand. Hopefully. Oh no, they're not fighting. In fact, they're making friends with the greenskins. Figured Azag might despise Archaon, but listen, Cathayans, we really need to sort out our differences. It's continuing to deteriorate. The more we fight the Dolgan, though, the more that's going to improve. I have to hope the Cathayans are more worried about their own survival than fighting with me. Let's still come on down south and switch out some troopers. I will, though, go for come and get it. Oh, we've already moved, haven't we? See if we can stop moving and gain a little bit extra movement. Please, please. That's switch movement. Does it give us more? No, we wasted a turn. Get punished. Well, I could be gaining us some gold by raiding Imric, but irritating the High Elves seems like a bad idea. They own some pretty pristine territory, though, that we would love to take from them. Having an additional border state's gonna be nice. So Malbob, you just stay here for now. Build up the extra gut magic, because it looks like that's taking a huge hit where you're at. Really, +0. Where can we gain more wins from? The Wolfland settlements? Okay, we'll move up there then. There's no High Elves threatening Sentinels just yet, so we'll keep Raw Teeth here, just to keep an eye on them. Looks pretty good.
Want everything.
Longstrider. There are High Elves down all the way in the eastern colonies. That would be probably a good idea to send an envoy out to meet them. I don't really want it to be our Firebelly. Bring you up to the Shattered Stone Bay as well. It's best to come out to the sea that we can actually reach.
Back to land.
We need to start an invasion. We can hit the Ruins End.
Tyrant.
He's very unfriendly, but I don't think he's very foolish.
Magician of me.
Meaning I don't think seppuku is on the agenda for the High Elves. Not at the moment, at least. They're still dealing with Clan Moors.
This world will never forget.
Skip. And give it one more turn here for the episode.
Today you tomorrow, this whole
This is time for Karen to
stinking world
plead for his very life, offering us a mere 2,000 gold, and we're going to tell him to get lost. Right into our cauldrons would be ideal, though. Reichel and the Golden Order are now one. Hopefully it allows them to stave off chaos a little bit longer.
boss of bosses.
Karen, or the random bit of
Get 'em.
goats are missing now, but we're going to move over here just for the save it provides.
Bothered.
For now, I am out of time for today. I've been a Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub thon. See you on the next one.